Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is Marie and today I am going to show you how to crochet this beautiful lacy border that you can make on your granny square blankets. I think this border creates such a nostalgic charm to any blanket, and that's why I really love to use it. It's also quite easy and beginner friendly, so let's just get started. So for this demonstration, I've already joined 4 sunburst granny squares, and I've joined them using the flat slip stitch join method. And you can find a link in the description on how to join your granny squares in this way. So to begin, I'm going to take my beige yarn here and I will make a slip knot. So form a loop, place the working yarn behind the loop, grab the yarn through the loop with my hook and pull tight. And then I'm going to make a single crochet into any of the chain spaces here in the side of my little swatch here. So I will just insert my hook into any of the chain spaces, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So here we have a single crochet. Next, I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then I will make a single crochet into the next chain space. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And I will just repeat that process all the way across the row here. So again, chain 3 and a single crochet into the chain space. And here where I have my joined row here, I will just chain 3 again and skip this joined row and make a single crochet into the corner space. And continue across. And now that I've reached my corner space here, I'm just going to make a single crochet, then chain 2, turn my work here, and make another single crochet into that same corner space. And then continue all the way across the next side of my square. So chain 3 and single crochet into the chain space. And again into the corner space, single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet. And repeat and do exactly the same thing across the next 2 sides of the square. And I've reached the last corner space. So again, single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet into the same corner space. And here at last, I will just chain 2 this time and make a slip stitch into this first single crochet. So the slip stitch will count as the last chain. So next, I'm going to make a slip stitch into this next chain space here. So insert into the chain space, pull up a loop, pull through the loop on the hook. And to start the next round, I'm going to chain 3. And these 3 chains will count as the first double crochet of the round. So I will make 2 more double crochet into that same chain 3 space. And I will chain 1 and make 3 double crochet into the next chain 3 space. And chain 1. And this round is actually just like a regular granny square, so I will just make 3 double crochet into every chain 3 space and chain 1 in between, all the way across the side of the square. Or the blanket in your case. And now that I've reached the corner space here, I will just make 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet into this little corner space here. So just like a regular granny square. Three double crochet, chain 2 and 3 more double crochet, all into the same space. Then chain 1 in between each cluster. And I will just repeat this process all the way across the sides of the square, and into the corner spaces I will always just make 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. So I've now done my very last corner here. So I'm going to chain 1 and make 3 double crochet into the last chain 3 space. And I will chain 1. And I will finish the round by making a slip stitch into this first double crochet stitch here. So I will skip the chain 3 and work straight into this first double crochet and make a slip stitch. Then I will make a slip stitch into the next stitch and a slip stitch into the next chain 1 space. So to start round 3 of the border, I'm going to chain 4 and make a double crochet into the same chain space. So the chain 4 and the double crochet here forms the first V-stitch of this round. Then I'm going to chain 1 and make a V-stitch into the next chain 1 space. So to make a V-stitch, I'm going to make a double crochet, chain 1 and another double crochet into that same chain space. Then chain 1 and repeat. So I will make a V-stitch into every chain 1 space of the side here. and I will chain 1 in between, all the way across. So V-stitch, chain 1, and V-stitch, chain 1. And now that I've reached the corner space here, I'm going to first chain 1, then make a V-stitch, and then to create the corner, I'm going to chain 2, and then I will make another V-stitch into that same corner space. So double crochet, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet into the same space. And I will just repeat this process for the sides and the corners all the way around my blanket. So V-stitch, chain 1, and V-stitch into the chain 1 spaces. And again here into the corner space, I will first make a V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then for the corner space, I will chain 2, and then make another V-stitch into the same corner space. And I will just repeat, making the sides just like the previous sides of my square or blanket. And then I'm going to end the round with a slip stitch into the third of these chain 4 here from the beginning, because the first 3 chains here counts as a double crochet. So I will insert my hook, pull through, and I'm now ready to start the 4th and last round of my border here. So to begin, I'm going to make a single crochet into this previous space here from my previous round. So I will go back, insert my hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And next I'm going to make a double crochet into this first V-stitch here. And next I'm going to make a picot stitch. So to do that, I'm going to chain 3, then make a slip stitch into the first chain. So insert into the first chain, yarn over, pull through the loop on the hook, and then make another double crochet into that same V-stitch. So I now have this cute little picot stitch. Next, I'm going to make a single crochet into the next chain space, so between the V-stitches. And then again I will make a double crochet, a picot stitch, and another double crochet into this next V-stitch. So double crochet, make a picot stitch, chain 3, insert into the first chain, pull the yarn through, pull through the loop on the hook, and then make another double crochet into that same V-stitch. And into the space here between the V-stitches, I will make a single crochet. And I will just repeat this process all the way across this side of my blanket. So double crochet into the V-stitch, make a picot stitch, and then another double crochet into the V-stitch, and single crochet into the space between the V-stitches. And now that I've reached the corner here, I will again just do the same thing into this first V-stitch. So I will make a double crochet, chain 3 to make a picot stitch, and insert into the first chain, pull through, and make another double crochet into that same V-stitch. And then at this point I don't have any spaces to go into, so I'm just going to make my single crochet into this next double crochet here of the V-stitch. So single crochet, and then I will do my picot V-stitch here into the corner space. So first make a double crochet, then chain 3, and insert into the first chain, pull through, and another double crochet into that same corner space. And again, I'm going to make a single crochet into this double crochet here of the next V-stitch. And then I will make another picot V-stitch into this next V-stitch here from the previous row. So double crochet, chain 3, insert into the first chain, pull through, and make another double crochet into that same V-stitch. So the corner now looks really beautiful. And I will just continue to make the next side of the blanket here, just like I did the first one. So again, single crochet into the space between the V-stitches, and then make a picot V-stitch. Into every V-stitch of the previous row. And just to show you one more time, I've now reached the corner here. So I'm going to make a picot V-stitch into this first V-stitch here. So double crochet, chain 3, slip stitch into the first chain, then make another double crochet into that same V-stitch. and then make a single crochet into this next double crochet here. And make a picot V-stitch into the corner space. And single crochet into this next double crochet. And then another picot V-stitch into this next V-stitch. And then just continue to make the sides and the corners of my blanket in exactly the same way as I did previously. So single crochet here into the space and picot V-stitch into the V-stitches. So here at the end of the row, I actually realized that I made a cluster, a granny cluster instead of a V-stitch here at the end of my last row. That was not intentional. So I'm just going to pretend that this is a V-stitch here, and I'm going to make a single crochet here into the space, and then make a V-stitch here into this last cluster. That's supposed to be a V-stitch. And I'm sorry that's a little confusing, but I've gotten too far in this project to rip it apart by now. So to finish off the round, I'm just going to make a slip stitch into this first single crochet here of the round. So insert, pull through, and pull through. And we're all done. So I'm going to cut my yarn, yarn over, and pull through. And we're all done. So I'm going to weave in the yarn tails on the back side. And we are now done with this beautiful lazy border. So I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or anything nice to say, please feel free to write me down in the comment section and I will get right back to you as soon as I can. So have a good day and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.